Morning Sunshines, today we have a video going into some detail about some problems with the Pokemon Company's rules on hacked Pokemon. It looks like they are enforcing them with double standards while banning you guys, the customers, but also allowing players with a bit of a reputation who are participating in their VGC tournaments and are well known in the community for VGC to get away with it, and including allowing them to use hacked Pokemon in official competitions knowingly. So let's have a look at some of the proof that has come out about this. It's probably a pretty bad look for the Pokemon Company. I'm just gonna say this straight up, a little disclaimer. I have no ill intent towards any of the creators who are doing this. Absolutely not. I distributed hacked Pokemon in the past myself. We don't really do that anymore. We kind of distribute real Pokemon that have been there in the past giveaways and past events that Pokemon themselves did. So we're not doing any more illegal Pokemon. But these creators, these people who have participated in VGC have used illegal Pokemon, and that's illegal in the sense that they're Pokemon that are supposed to be impossible to get in any games or any way, shape or form, and to be able to use in VGC, right? So they're just not available to be able to be obtained. And Pokemon Company knows this, and it seems to allow it to slide for VGC. So let's look at the proof. So Kurt over here has come out with some evidence of a particular player's. Arash, right, is one of the old world champions, and he has this team right now, which is coming from his current, this year, invitational rental teams, right? The rental teams were published somewhere, and this is his team that he's going to be using in the invitational, which is today, right? That is a competition that's happening today. And this is his team, and we're going to have a look at some details that makes it illegal. Some Pokemon are illegal in this team that you're not supposed to ever be able to obtain. It's quite a big thread, and what he is using to do this is using his own PK Hex program with the auto legality mod on. The auto legality mod is software that specifically only allows Pokemon to be put into this software that have existed in some way, shape, or form in some Pokemon game and are supposed to be really obtainable in current games, okay? So, of course, that excludes games before Gen 3, where you were never able to transfer them up to the current games. Gen 1 and Gen 2 did have events, but they were not transferable to future games, apparently. So that's something that's that case here. And we're looking at Nihilego right here and Urshifu, two Pokemon with some problems. Let's have a look. He starts off with the suspicion. Now, of course, suspicion is not enough to go on, but it did get his attention. And now the suspicion comes from the perfect IVs and the shinyable, all of them doing with no bottle caps, okay? Including legendaries, which obviously is huge suspicion. The Nihilego is missing its home tracker, which should be present, right, for anything from Gen 7. If you're transferring from Gen 7, you'd be transferring to Pokemon Home from the bank, and then to Gen 8, and it would automatically obtain a home tracker. So it doesn't have that. And Urshifu has the incorrect memory width for its original trainer, which is interesting. Definitely an indicator that it's illegal. The reason it was illegal is because it remembers knowing Moonblast, which it cannot learn. The two shinies, Rillaboom and Incineroar, are met on the same dates, right? Original natures that are perfect, and the height, weight, and memories, and friendship, and all that stuff. Same for Regieleki, Calyrex, he says here, and clearly indicating that these are two pairs of modifications, which means they are obviously impossible to obtain on the same day in any way, shape, or form to all have the perfect ability, because it takes a long time to get Pokemon like that. It is actually impossible to obtain all of these Pokemon combat ready, perfect as you need them on your team in all the same day. Again, talking about the same day stuff, some of the details about what makes them impossible to get on the same day is the perfect 5 IVs and 0 attack with the 31, right? That's perfect for these certain special attackers and such, and there's just no way you're able to get them all on the same day. The odds of that are just impossible. What he says here is 1 in 4 trillion odds. Yeah, maybe only for a VGC player. But Kurt is one of the makers of PK Hex, and he knows fully well. He's designed all the software along with his team there, creating auto legality and all that stuff that allows only perfectly legal Pokemon. He concludes that it's all 100% hacked, and this isn't the only example. We do have other players in the spectrum that have used hacked Pokemon quite noticeably and quite obviously in the game. Now, there's quite a few things to go through this, because some of them actually straight up deny it, and they've done videos, and we're going to look at one of those later, and we don't know why they would deny it. I mean, it looks like they have to deny it for, you know, for reputational purposes, for publicity purposes. But it's clear as day to any of us who have played Sword and Shield and anyone who's familiar with my content that they are hacked. And what he's pointing out here is Wolf's Moltres, who definitely was hacked. And we can show you that stuff in a second, and I'll explain it in a second. It was 100% hacked, all right? And, you know, we also have this guy down here, Sajin Park, who also has a hacked Pokemon, and we will discuss what that was in a second. It actually mentions on the official website, most inconspicuously over here. This is the official Pokemon website right here, and they mention it here, dude. So this was Arash's team that we were just looking at a second ago. Definitely hacked, which is, of course, nothing against these guys, right? Nothing against Arash for doing this, nothing against Seijun, and nothing against Wolf either for doing this. I have no problem with using hacked Pokemon in competitive. I think it is silly to have a competitive platform where they cannot get the Pokemon that they design as they want with ease, like you can in Showdown. I think they should totally allow that officially and acknowledge it officially to do that too. Absolutely. As long as it's something that can be real in the game, which is interesting because a lot of the cases here are not, but as long as it can be something real in any of the games and be obtained legitimately in some form, they should be allowed to use it in competitive, because I don't think they should be wasting their time grinding for Pokemon in the wild and trying to get something when, let's say, another Pokemon, another trainer who's going into the VG could just get lucky and get better odds, better IVs and all that stuff on Pokemon, and then have an edge that they should not have in a competitive environment, right? It's possible these people can grind for perfect IV Pokemon for their team and never get one. I mean, right? It's possible, right? And you're looking for 6 Pokemon. So, I mean, I think it's not really fair to send them out and do all this hard, stupid work for something that they should do. So, nothing against these guys. I just want to make that clear. But we are also making clear that their teams are hacked, right? So, this was one of these guys that we just looked at. But we're looking at Sajin Park here. And interesting enough, in this description on the official website, it actually straight up mentions the hacked Pokemon he has. The Follow Me Magmar in his 2013 game. Right now, apparently there was a Magmar that can learn Follow Me from an old sort of, I don't even know, was it a game or whatever, that they were able to get a Magmar with Follow Me from one game in particular. This is that Magmar right here, right? It comes from the XD or Coliseum game, possibly. That's probably it. And when you did some purifying or whatever, honestly, I never played it, so I don't know the mechanics behind it, but you were apparently able to get him with that move. But then the other details come into it. The particular details for his Magmar to be the competitive ready Magmar with the IV spread and so on was impossible for this Mon to be obtained that way in this game, okay? And that was the only place you were able to obtain it. Making this Mon, the Magmar, for this player's team in the past, 2014 championship, actually totally impossible, never to be able to be obtained in any game in any way. So that's interesting. Pokemon know this. They even mention it in their official account, and they don't care. They don't care. They let it slide because he's a VGC figurehead right now. I just think it's funny that whoever's been writing this and the Pokemon themselves actually display hacked Pokemon in their official narrating for players. Alright, so let's have a look at the third case sample, right? Here is one of the most famous, at least in the English-speaking world, pretty much the only figurehead the VGC community has, which is Wolf Glick, and he seems to really play on that whole world champion once kind of thing. And I mean, I'd say all of them do, but I never even heard of any of the other guys until recently. I don't know why. It seems like Wolf Glick is promoted far more than all the others, and I'm not really sure why that's the case. But either way, guys, he also has used a hacked Moltres. And again, nothing against him, I don't care, but he actually came out with this video right here. And this is what makes it a hacked Pokemon, right? These symbols right here on a wild Moltres make it actually impossible to get in any reasonable sort of time frame and any reasonable sanity for any individual to try and hunt a Moltres with perfect IVs for all that stuff with these marks and medals on it. No way, right? Well, this mark was the big thing, okay? It's just impossible. And Wolfglick does this whole video in response to Verlisify, who really slam dunked on him for this. Obviously, I'm not agreeing with Verlisify here, but obviously my opinion about it is different. Verlisify was taking a virtuous stance and saying Wolfglick is bad and all this, and he's hacking, and everybody should die because they're hacking. I'm not. I'm just saying, look, Wolfglick got this hacked Pokemon from somebody else. He got it from one of his subs. But I don't know why he made this video. In this video, he admits that he got his whole team from 6 other people. 6 other subscribers from his community. But then he also spends the whole video, 22 minutes, trying to circuit around the fact that they're hacked, but trying to claim that they're not, even though he's not responsible for the Pokemon themselves. there is no ground for Wolf to say that these Pokemon are not hacked, because he did not get them himself. He got them from other people, and they are clearly hacked, right? They are. That's just straight up the fact, okay? But it doesn't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter. It's a vanity thing. This is a competitive format. It should be the same as Showdown. You should be able to just generate mons that you need for the game so that you all have an equal footing and you all get the perfect Pokemon that you need for that fight. That's how it should be. Now here's the double standards, guys. This is my own video here for when I was banned for distributing illegal shiny Pokemon to everybody in the past. I was the only one in my community that seemed to be banned. Nobody came forward with information that they were banned themselves, so I think everybody seems to be safe. There do seem to be a lot of people who DM me in my Discord still, saying they still have these shiny illegal mons and they're not banned and stuff and blah blah blah. It was just me, and my notice on my Nintendo account was in Japanese and specifically mentioned YouTube. So the Japanese company was watching my YouTube and watching me distribute these mons, and they banned me for it. So that's fine. I was actually continuing with knowledge that they were doing the ban wave. I was continuing straight forward anyway, knowing that I had a high risk of getting banned, and I did. I just wanted to see. I wanted to test the waters, and that's exactly what happened. It doesn't bother me too much. I can get around it. It's fine. But either way, guys, this is what happened. So I was banned, and I'm not a VGC celebrity, right? They hold a huge double standards in the community for banning people who are giving away or using or having shiny hacked Pokemon. Whereas they don't for these three cases we just looked at, VGC champions, and they've totally allowed it and even promoted the fact on it itself on their official websites, which I think is just really wild, bizarre, and hugely hypocritical. So I just want to call on the Pokemon company to just drop it, dude. Drop the pretense. Drop this sort of vanity act that you're trying to protect the community from having shinies that they deserve, that they paid for, and that are already in the game before you decide to release them in some sort of official event. Just give them to them. Liberate all shiny Pokemon like they should be. They should be all accessible when people put in the work to try and get them. I think it's ridiculous that in this day and age they're still holding on and shiny locking Pokemon when they should not be. They should all be available. And they shouldn't be double standard here too, by banning some people and not banning others when they know they're both on the exact same playing field. I've been banned for illegal Pokemon. Other people have not for illegal Pokemon that they've used in official competitions, and it does look like they're not oblivious to this. They've been banning people. They know about illegalities in Pokemon like this, and they decided actively to not ban some people and ban certain others instead. So that's no good, guys. We cannot really let them get away with it. I did want to bring it to light today in today's video. I think it's an important issue to discuss, to keep an eye on when the Pokemon company themselves are issuing double standards. And again, it's not just liberating shiny Pokemon, it's also creating a platform for actual competitive people to make the mons that they want themselves to be able to use in competitive. I think that's an important platform that Showdown has done right and that the Pokemon company has done wrong. So hopefully these things are rectified in future games. I hope to see it soon. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching this ranting video and looking at the double standards of this situation. Hopefully none of you guys do get banned for obtaining any illegal Pokemon or even the same, because it'd be really unfair if you did and they didn't. And I mean, it would be really unfair if anybody did, in fact, just to say that straight up. So anyway, drop a sub if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys around in the next one. Till then, guys, have a good one. Bye. Mystery gift soon.